Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Best English Podcast, the place where we make learning English feel less like a chore and more like a chat with good friends. I'm your host, Olivia.
And I'm your host, James. Hey, Olivia, how are you doing today? You sound like you're full of energy.
I am. I'm doing great, thank you. I just got back from this little local coffee shop, and the barista was new. She was from Argentina and was introducing herself to all the regulars. And her English was so bright and confident. It was just lovely, and it got me so excited for our topic today. How about you, James?
I'm feeling fantastic too. And that's a perfect story because it's exactly what we're diving into. It's always a good day when we get to help our listeners build that same kind of confidence. It's one of the most rewarding parts of doing this podcast, isn't it?
It truly is. And today's topic is, I think, one of the most fundamental skills anyone needs. It's the very first step to any conversation, any friendship, any job.
You're absolutely right. Today, we are talking all about how to introduce yourself in English. It sounds simple, but oh my goodness, that moment when all eyes are on you and someone says, "So, tell me about yourself," can be terrifying.
Terrifying is the right word. Your mind just goes blank. You forget your own name sometimes. We've all been there. Whether you're starting a new class, attending a work meeting, meeting your partner's friends, or even just making small talk while traveling, you have to introduce yourself.
Exactly. But that fear, that anxiety is what we want to help with today. Our goal here at the Best English Podcast is to take that big, scary moment and break it down into small, easy, and totally manageable steps. We're going to give you the words, the structure, and the confidence to make a great first impression.
That's the plan. And to all our wonderful listeners tuning in, before we jump in, if you find this episode helpful, please take a moment to like it, subscribe to our channel, and maybe share it with a friend who is also on their English learning journey.
Yes, please do. Your support means the world to us and allows us to keep making these episodes for you. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. Okay, Olivia, are you ready to build the perfect introduction from the ground up?
I am so ready. Let's start with the absolute basics, the foundation. Imagine you're a complete beginner and you just want to say hello without feeling overwhelmed. Where do we start?
We start with the simplest, most important piece of information, your name. It seems obvious, but how you say it can set the tone. The most classic and clear way is just, "Hello, my name is James." Or a little more casually, "Hi, I'm James."
Perfect, clear, simple, and friendly. I often use, "Hey, I'm Olivia." It feels a little more relaxed. What you choose depends on the situation, but all of those are excellent. The key is to say it clearly. Don't mumble your name because you're nervous. Say it with a little bit of pride.
That's a great point. And right after your name, the next logical piece of information is where you're from. This gives the other person some context about you. Again, keep it simple. You could say, "I'm from Canada," or "I come from a small city in Japan."
Exactly. So let's put those two pieces together. Hi, I'm Olivia, and I'm from Italy. Boom. That's an introduction. It's short, it's effective, and it's very easy to remember.
It is. But let's add just one more little sprinkle of personality. Just one more detail to make it a bit more interesting. This could be what you do or a hobby you enjoy. This is the part that makes you more than just a name and a place.
I love this part. This is where you can share a tiny piece of your world. For example, I'm a student, or I work as a graphic designer, or if you want to talk about a hobby, I love playing the guitar.
So let's assemble our super simple, beginner-friendly introduction. Let's try one. Hello, my name is Kenji. I'm from Japan, and I'm studying engineering.
That's perfect. It's three simple pieces of information: name, place, and purpose or passion. Here's another. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Brazil and I love to dance.
It's so friendly and warm.
It is. And I want to add something that isn't about the words you say, but is maybe even more important. Smile. Honestly. When you smile, your voice changes. It sounds warmer and more welcoming. It tells the other person you are happy to meet them, and it even tricks your own brain into feeling less nervous.
Oh, that is the best advice, Olivia. A genuine smile is a universal language. It can cover up any small grammar mistakes you might be worried about. It shows confidence and kindness even if you're shaking on the inside. So, for all our listeners, let's make a pact. Before you say your introduction, take a deep breath and smile.
A pact. I love it. So, friends, that's your foundation. Name, origin, and one fun fact about your life, all delivered with a smile. Practice that. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Say it to your pet. The more you say it, the more natural it will feel.
Absolutely. And that simple formula is great for casual situations. But what about when you need to sound a bit more complete, a bit more professional, perhaps, like in a classroom or a work setting?
Ah, yes, the next level. For when you need to give a more rounded picture of who you are. This is where we can introduce a wonderfully simple and powerful structure. It's a little storytelling formula.
Ooh, I love a good formula. Tell us.
Okay, so we call it the present, past, future method. It's a way to structure your introduction so that it tells a mini story about you, making it much more memorable and impressive.
Present, past, future. I like the sound of that. It feels so organized. So, how does it work? Let's break it down.
Okay, so first you start with the present. This is a snapshot of who you are right now. It includes your name and your current role or situation. It's very similar to our basic introduction.
Right. So, I could say, hello, my name is Olivia, and I'm an English teacher and a podcast host here at Best English. I really love helping people find joy in learning English. That's my present.
That's a perfect present. It's clear and it shows your passion. My turn. Hi, everyone. I'm James. I'm a language coach, and I specialize in building confidence for public speaking in English.
Wonderful. Okay, so that's the present. What comes next? The past, I assume.
You got it. Next, you briefly mention the past. This isn't your entire life story, of course. It's just a relevant piece of your background. What did you study? What was your previous job? Where did you grow up? This part adds depth to your story.
Okay, so I can add this to my introduction. After I talk about being a teacher, I could say, I studied linguistics in university, and before I started teaching, I actually worked in a large library for a few years. I was surrounded by stories.
See? That adds so much texture. It tells me you have a background in language and a love for stories, which makes perfect sense for an English teacher. For me, I could add, before becoming a coach, I spent over a decade working in international sales, where I had to give presentations to people from all over the world. And that immediately gives you so much credibility. It explains why you now specialize in public speaking. It connects the dots for the listener. Okay, so we have present, we have past. What's the final piece?
The final piece is the future. This is where you share your ambition, your goal, or what you're excited about moving forward. This makes you seem forward-thinking and passionate. It tells people where you're going.
This is a beautiful way to end an introduction. It's so hopeful and positive. So, for my example, I could finish by saying, looking ahead, I'm hoping to develop a new course on creative writing and travel to a few new countries to experience different cultures.
That's a fantastic ending. It's specific and interesting. For my introduction, I could end with, and in the future, I'm really excited about the possibility of hosting international workshops to help more people share their ideas on a global stage.
Wow. Okay, so let's put my full one together. The complete present, past, future introduction.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Hello, my name is Olivia. I'm an English teacher and podcaster. I really love helping people find joy in learning. I studied linguistics in university, and before I started teaching, I worked in a large library surrounded by stories. Looking ahead, I'm hoping to develop a new course on creative writing and travel to a few new countries to experience different cultures.
That is brilliant, Olivia. It's a complete narrative in just a few sentences. It tells me who you are, how you got here, and where you're going. It's so professional and engaging.
Thank you, and yours would be just as strong. This method is perfect for those slightly more formal situations. The first day of a course, a networking event, or even the beginning of a job interview.
Yes. And to our listeners, don't feel like you need to memorize a long script. Just think of one sentence for each part. One for your present, one for your past, and one for your future.
That's great advice. Why don't you, our listeners, try it right now? Pause the podcast for a minute. Just think of one sentence for each. What is your present? What is one relevant thing from your past? And what is one hope for your future?
Do it. Saying it out loud is the most important step. You'll be surprised at how confident you sound. But Olivia, what about that really high-stakes situation? The big one, the job interview. That telling you about yourself question can feel like a final exam.
Ugh, that question. It's the most common opening to an interview, and so many people are unprepared for it. But the good news is, our present, past, future model can be adapted perfectly for this. You just have to give it a professional focus.
Exactly. In a job interview, the interviewer doesn't want to know about your love for cats or your passion for baking. They have one question in their mind. Why are you the right person for this job? Your introduction needs to answer that question.
So you take the present, past, future structure, but you make sure every single piece connects back to the job you're applying for. It's all about being relevant.
Let's break it down again, but with a job interview focus. Your present is not just what you do, but what you do that is relevant to the job. So you should say something like, currently, I'm working as a marketing associate, where I manage social media campaigns for tech startups.
Yes, that's specific and professional. Then comes the past. Again, this isn't about your university parties. It's about your previous experience and skills that prepared you for this role. For example, in my previous role at XYZ company, I was responsible for a project that increased user engagement by 20% over 6 months.
Ooh, adding a specific achievement with a number like 20% is so powerful. It's concrete evidence of your skills. That's a top-tier tip. Okay, and finally, the future. This is crucial. This is where you connect your personal goals directly to the company you're interviewing with.
Exactly. This shows them you've done your research and you're serious about them. You could say, I've been following your company's innovative work in sustainable technology for a while now, and I'm looking for an opportunity where I can contribute my skills in project management to a team that is making a real-world impact.
Wow, okay, so that connects your past skills, project management, with their company mission, sustainable technology, and shows your future ambition. That is a home run. It's a perfect answer.
Let's walk through a full example. Imagine I'm applying for a job as a junior accountant. The interviewer says, "So, Olivia, tell me about yourself." I could say,
Go for it. Let's hear the perfect answer.
"Of course. My name is Olivia. For the past 2 years, I've been working as an accounting assistant at a small firm, present. In that role, I was responsible for managing accounts payable and preparing monthly financial statements, and I became proficient in using software like QuickBooks and Excel. I'm really looking for a position where I can take on more responsibility and grow my skills in financial analysis. And I was very impressed by your company's commitment to employee development, which is why I was so excited to apply for this role."
That is brilliant, Olivia. It's a complete narrative in just a few sentences. It tells me who you are, how you got here, and where you're going. It's so professional and engaging.
Thank you. And the key for our listeners is preparation. Before any interview, read the job description carefully. Pick out 2 or 3 key skills they are looking for. Are they looking for a team player, someone with great organizational skills, someone with experience in a specific software?
Yes, and then you weave those exact keywords and skills into your present, past, future answer. It shows the interviewer that you are literally the person they described in the job post. It's like magic.
It really is. So, to everyone who has a job interview coming up, practice this. Write it down, say it out loud until it feels natural and confident. It will absolutely set you apart from other candidates.
Okay, so we've covered the basics for beginners, the more advanced present, past, future model, and the super focused job interview introduction. But what about the opposite of a job interview? What about just meeting people? You know, at a party, in a hobby group, or while traveling.
Ah, yes, the casual introduction. This is my favorite because you can let your personality shine. The rules are much more relaxed here. You don't need to sound formal or professional at all. The goal is just to be friendly and start a conversation.
That's the key difference. In a job interview, the goal is to impress. In a casual setting, the goal is to connect. You want to find common ground.
Exactly. So you can use the simple formula we started with, name, where you're from, but you can make the one extra thing much more personal and fun. Talk about your passions. For example, hey, I'm Olivia. I'm a huge fan of old black and white movies.
That's a great opener. It immediately gives the other person something to ask about. Oh, really? Like which ones? And a conversation is born. Or I could say, hi there, I'm James. I've recently gotten really into trying to bake my own bread. It's mostly successful.
See, adding a little bit of humor or personality like that makes you so much more approachable. It makes people want to talk to you. And a fantastic technique in casual situations is to end your introduction with a question.
Yes, this is the secret to being a great conversationalist. It turns a monologue into a dialogue. You're not just talking at them, you're inviting them to share.
So instead of just saying, I love hiking on the weekends, you could say, I love getting out of the city and hiking on the weekends. What about you? Are you an outdoorsy person?
Perfect. It passes the conversational ball to them. Or, I'm learning to play the guitar, but it's harder than it looks. Do you play any instruments? This is how friendships start. You introduce yourself, you share a little something, and you show interest in the other person.
You can also share a little fun fact about yourself if you feel comfortable. Something light and memorable. Like, hi, I'm Olivia. Fun fact about me, I can say the alphabet backwards.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. I want to know more. That's a great example. It's quirky and makes you stand out. Or, hey, I'm James, and I have a golden retriever who I am convinced thinks he's a cat.
I love that. It's adorable and it opens up so many possible conversations about pets. So let's try a full casual example. Imagine we're at a mutual friend's barbecue. I could walk up to a group and say, hi everyone, I'm Olivia. I've been trying to learn how to garden this summer, and so far I've only managed to grow one very sad-looking tomato. What about you all? Do you have any hobbies you've picked up recently?
That is the perfect casual introduction. It's friendly, it's a little self-deprecating and funny, and it ends with an open-ended question that invites everyone to join in. It's not an interview, it's a conversation starter.
And that's what it's all about, connecting with people. But James, we've given a lot of great strategies, but we know that for many learners, the biggest obstacle isn't the words, it's the feeling inside. It's the shyness, the nervousness.
You're so right, Olivia. That feeling of anxiety can be so powerful. Many of our listeners are probably thinking, This is great advice, but I'm just too shy to speak. And that is completely, 100% okay and normal.
It really is. I think almost everyone, even native speakers, feels a little bit shy when meeting new people. The secret is not to eliminate the fear, but to learn how to manage it. The key is to start small.
Yes, start incredibly small. Don't feel pressured to use the full present, past, future model if you're not ready. Just go back to the very basic introduction we started with. Hi, I'm James. I'm from your country. That's it. If that's all you can say, that is a huge victory.
It's a massive victory. And then practice just that one sentence. Repeat it every single day. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and say it with a smile. The more your brain hears you say it, the less scary it becomes. It becomes automatic.
Another huge point for shy learners is perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal. You will make mistakes. Your accent might be strong. You might forget a word. And guess what? That's fine.
It's more than fine. It means you are learning and you are trying. Honestly, most people are so impressed when someone is speaking a second language. They are not there to judge your grammar. They are just happy to be talking to you.
So true. Think about it. If someone came up to you and tried to speak your native language and they made a few mistakes, would you laugh at them? Or would you be impressed and want to help them?
I would be so impressed. I'd be thrilled. And that's how most people will feel about your English. So be kind to yourself. Don't let the fear of making a mistake stop you from trying.
A practical tip that can really help is to write down your simple introduction on a small card or in the Notes app on your phone. Read it a few times before you go into a situation where you might need it. It's like having a little safety net.
Ooh, I love that idea. A little confidence cheat sheet? And if you can, find a safe space to practice. This could be with a language exchange partner, a patient friend, or a teacher. Or you can do what I do when I'm learning a new language, record your own voice.
That's a brave step, but it's so effective. Use the voice memo app on your phone, record yourself saying your introduction, and then listen back. You will probably sound much better and clearer than you think you do.
You almost always do. It helps you get used to the sound of your own voice in English. And remember, every single time you introduce yourself, you are getting a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the easier it gets.
That's the perfect analogy. So, to all our shy or nervous listeners out there, we see you, we understand. Be patient with yourself. Start small, celebrate every little win, and know that you are doing an amazing thing just by learning.
Absolutely. Okay, James, I feel like we've covered so much ground. We should probably do a quick review and also talk about a few common mistakes that learners should try to avoid.
Great idea. A final summary to bring it all together. So, to recap, we have 3 levels of introductions. The basic intro. Name, place, one fact, job or hobby. Perfect for beginners and casual chats. The story intro. Present, past, and future. Who you are now, what you did before, and where you're going. Great for more formal or professional settings. The job interview intro. A special version of present, past, and future that is 100% focused on showing you are the best person for the job.
A perfect summary. And now for the mistakes. We see learners make these common errors sometimes, but they are very easy to fix once you know about them. What's mistake number 1, James?
Mistake number 1, talking too much. This is a big one. When you're nervous, sometimes you just keep talking to fill the silence. You start telling your entire life story. Remember to keep it concise. Your introduction should be a teaser, not the whole movie.
A teaser, not the whole movie. I love that. Yes, aim for 30 to 60 seconds, max. Any longer, and you might lose the other person's attention. Mistake number 2, not practicing. You can't just hope that the perfect words will come to you in the moment. If you don't practice your introduction out loud, you will likely stumble or forget what to say when you're nervous.
It's so true. Practice is everything. Mistake number 3, being too negative. Sometimes, out of nervousness, people say things like, "Oh, my English is so bad," or "I'm not very good at my job," but don't do that. Be positive. You are doing a great job. Speak about your strengths and passions.
Yes, please, no negative self-talk. It makes the other person feel a bit uncomfortable. Mistake number 4, sharing too much personal information. Your introduction should be friendly, but also safe. Avoid sharing very private details about your family, your finances, or your health. Keep it light and public.
A very important point for safety and social norms. And that leads to the last one. Mistake number 5, not thinking about the situation. This is a big one. You have to adjust your introduction to your audience. The fun, quirky introduction you use at a party is not the one you should use in a serious job interview.
Absolutely. Context is king. Always ask yourself, who am I talking to? What is the purpose of this conversation? Answering those questions will help you choose the right style of introduction.
Great advice, Olivia. So, friends, that's our deep dive into introducing yourself in English. It's a skill, and like any skill, it gets so much better with a little bit of knowledge and a lot of practice.
It really does. We hope we've broken it down in a way that feels less scary and more exciting. This is your chance to share a little piece of who you are with the world. Start with something simple, repeat it often, and watch your confidence grow from there.
Before we say goodbye, we want to thank you all so much for listening. And please don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to the Best English Podcast, and share it with someone who might need a little confidence boost.
And we have a little homework for you. We would love for you to practice. Go to the comment section below and introduce yourself. You can use the simple model or the present, past, future model. Just write 1 or 2 sentences about you. We would absolutely love to meet you.
What a great idea! We'll read every single comment. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and we'll talk to you in the next episode.
Bye for now and have a wonderful day.